Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is a continuation of a previous video where I shared with you my summer sewing plans. So I'm going to get started on my first plan for my summer sewing, which is making a metamorphic dress by Sew Liberated out of this beautiful linen and linen patterned fabric. Just to review quickly, this black fabric right here is from Joann's, I always say Joann's, it makes me uncomfortable to say Joann. It was on sale for $8 a yard, so I felt like having a splurge moment and getting some really nice linen. And then the second fabric I'm going to be working with is this patterned linen that I got from Blackbird Fabrics. And they are a Canadian-based fabric company, so if you're interested in some really awesome fabric. As I said previously, I have already made this dress twice, so I do feel a little bit more familiar with the pattern. Thankfully, because if I was cutting into this fabric really blindly and not knowing how to make it very well, I would feel very uncomfortable and very on edge the whole time. But I feel like this could be a pleasant sewing experience, so that's why I want to take you along with me. What I want to do is, for the piece that is extra long, so let's say the inside, I'm going to be using this so that when this piece has that little U shape, you can see this poking out from underneath, kind of like that. And then if I just want to wear this dress, I can just flip it inside out and you won't even be able to see the black inside. Something that I have to warn you of right away is that I made a really big mistake in the planning process of this dress. So as you can see, this fabric has a right and a wrong side, and that is a problem because I'm using this as the underlayer of the dress. And according to the instructions, the underlayer of the dress must be reversible. So the dress would have never worked out, you know, the way that it was supposed to work. I did end up finding a way to make it work in the end, but it was not in the traditional sense that the dress should have been made. So just something to keep in mind, your underlayer fabric must be reversible. A little tip that I've picked up in my couple of years of sewing is a lot of patterns will ask you to fold the fabric completely in half. I don't always find this to be the most effective use of fabric, so I started folding it just like you can see here, like kind of offset, and that really allows you to save a lot of fabric so that you're not wasting. And if there's anything that I like to do, it's to save fabric so that I can keep using it over and over, especially when it is as beautiful as this fabric. Okay, so I have all of the pattern pieces cut out, and if I'm being honest, that took probably close to 45 minutes. I don't know why it took me so long, but I just wanted to be extra careful. So this is what the longer piece is going to look like. It looks so cute. I'm genuinely so excited. And then this is the V part. You can see that it just like comes up like this. And here's my little helper, Leo. He's like, can we please go outside? But no, sir, it's very hot. You won't like it. So I cut out the pockets as well. The top section actually has patch pockets. So I decided to cut it out in the opposite material. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or if it's gonna look cheesy, but I think the point of patch pockets is for them to stick out. So I wanted to do that. And then this one right here has inseam pockets, so I just did those in black. So with all of this being said and done, I am ready to sew. So whenever I sew a dress, especially if it's from a PDF pattern, the designer will give you a PDF, which will give you instructions. So I have the instructions here, and I look at the instructions really anytime I make a garment just to make sure that I remember. I think the Ogden cami is the only one that I don't really need to be reminded of how to do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is it suggests that we zigzag stitch all around the cut edges. All right, so I have zigzagged everything that needs to be zigzagged, and now I'm going to sew the gathering stitches onto the skirt that is printed. I have sewn gathers so many times, I genuinely feel like I could do this in my sleep, and I really enjoy gathered items. I think that it's really cute. It just is like a cute ruffled effect. Gathering fabric is so simple. All you need to do is move your stitch length to the longest length possible. Mine is 4, and then you just stitch a straight line across the top of the garment. I like to do 2 rows of gathering stitches, like I said, just to keep everything nice and secure. Once you're finished stitching, you're going to tie off one end of the thread and then grab the top 2 threads from the remaining side and then pull through the fabric. I really like to have the top or the bodice of the dress next to me when I'm doing my gathers so that I know how much to actually gather the fabric. I always put a lot of pins in this process because it just helps me to keep everything secure, and then it also helps me to sew slower because I'm having to stop every time there's a pin and remove it. Okay, so I've been working on this stuff for a little bit, and basically what I'm realizing with this dress is it does take a lot of time because you're basically making 2 dresses but then just adding them into one. So I'm keeping that in mind as I'm making this because yeah, it feels very time consuming. But I wanted to show you, so here is the front half of the patterned linen and then the back half of the black linen. So you can see this one has a lot more gathering going on. I wish that this one had a little bit more gathering on it because for some reason it's very difficult for me to do gathers when I don't need to do that much gathering. Maybe it's something I can alter with the pattern later on, but that is for another time. So right now I am working on the patch pockets for the black part of the dress. These patch pockets were really easy to make. All I did was iron down all 4 of the edges and then an extra fold on the top, and then I run a straight stitch all across that to hold down that top seam. And then all you have to do is place them onto your garment and sew in a U shape and you're all finished. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is literally so cute with the patch pockets. I have never done patch pockets before, but I'm sold. Like, I love it. Look at how cute that is. So the next thing I need to do is figure out where I'm going to put the inseam pockets on the longer layer. So I have my 4 pocket pieces right here, and I'm just gonna line it up where these dots are just to make sure it's all even. You can see there's a dot here and a dot there. Okay, so I just got back from taking Leo on a walk, and now it is a lot darker outside, so I'm relying on the terrible lighting from my ceiling fan. Apologies for that, but I am ready to start sewing the 2 dresses together, which is probably my favorite part of this whole process. I do think that I'll be able to get the dress done tonight. There was a lot of work that had to be done at the beginning, but I feel like I've already done all the finishings, so I won't really have to zigzag any stitches or anything like that because I've already done it, which is a nice feeling. So the way that this dress is constructed is through the burrito method. The owner of Sew Liberated, I don't know her name, but she made a YouTube video sort of walking you through exactly how to do it, and that was really, really helpful for me. The burrito method is a really great way to make your garment fully lined without having to like jump through a bunch of hoops and get all, it eliminates a lot of steps. So I definitely want to use the burrito method in future garments, like especially with the Ogden cami, it would be great with the burrito method. So I'm going to show you just how I'm putting together the garment, and then we will start sewing it up together. Okay, so the first step in this process is to lay out the dress on the floor. So what I did is I joined the shoulder seams together right here, and it is a little bit difficult to see it just with the pattern, but these 2 shoulder seams are sewn together here. So I have laid it out. You can see Leo has taken over the neck hole. You can see the neck hole is right in here. I joined the shoulder seams on the black piece as well, so I'm going to just lay that on top so that the front is this way and the back is this way. So really the point of laying them out like this is so that I can sew together the neck hole, and then once that is finished, I can start the burrito method. All right, so the dress is all sewn together at the neckline, and what you do now, this confused me so much when I first made this dress, but what you do now is you take one of the layers, just like this, you can see. Well, actually, you take both of the layers from one of the sides, so it looks like this. Sandwich them together and pull them through the neckline, so the circle of the neckline. And that is how you turn it right side out. So now you can see patch pockets lined, and I've done something wrong. I've made a massive mistake, like from the very beginning of this project. In the instructions that I completely missed is you need to have your underlayer, which is what I made this one to be, that needs to be reversible as well. So you can see that there is a wrong side and a right side to this fabric, and therefore it will never work. I'm really sad because this would have been so cute as like what I wanted it to be. I could make it so that the dress is not reversible, and so this side would just poke out on the bottom, or I could just make this its own separate dress. I would still like to make a way to have the illusion of the metamorphic dress with these two fabrics. I still have made at least 2 wearable garments, so I haven't wasted my time necessarily. They will become something, but just not what I thought. An hour and 20 minutes later, I figured something out. I did end up making 2 separate dresses. I'm only finished with one of them so far, so let me just quickly show ya. That one looks like, I haven't done the bottom hem yet because my back hurts, and I can wait to do that. I know that I can. I did go the extra mile and I added this like little tag. I did buy these tags. These are by Kylie and the Machine, and I bought them at a local fabric store. So what I ended up doing, let me show you. This is what I did with one of my other metamorphic dresses that I made when I realized that I didn't want it to be reversible. So what I did is I just made it lined. I just lined the bodice. And as I've discussed in previous videos, I like lining the bodices of all of my dresses anyway, because that means that I don't have to wear a bra. I'm not particularly gifted, but the double layer just kind of like makes it look smoother than if it was a single layer. So with that TMI moment, you can see that I made a bodice, and it's exactly the same process as if I was to make the full-length dress. I just didn't add on the gathered skirt. So this is the top piece that was supposed to rest on top, and I put the bottom dress on with this one over top of it, and it is just so cute. I don't think that I could live with not having them together because it's just so cute. So what I think I want to do, and this is something that really scares me with garment making, but I kind of want to try doing bias binding on this one to keep it like extra lightweight, because this linen is super lightweight and so is that one, but I didn't want to double line this and then wear it on top of that one so it's like quadruple lined. That's like 4 layers of fabric for really no reason. I would like to try out bias binding, and basically that's just how I'm going to finish out this right here, like the seam. Let me just show you how long it actually is. I feel like I could wear it on its own, so it would come up to about right there, which, oh my gosh, that's not even short. But I don't know if it would look weird just like this without an underlayer. I think it's kind of cute. Okay, so apparently when I filmed this video, transitions were not important to me. So here is the final product. Look at how cute these dresses are. I have been wearing this non-stop. Seriously, if you have seen any videos by me lately, I have been wearing some version of this dress. This is the underlayer, which I am absolutely completely in love with, mostly because of this fabric. It is so beautiful, and of course I had to make a matching mask because I think the masks are going to be a thing for a lot longer, so I figured I might as well. I hope that you found this journey entertaining, because it really was a journey, you and me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!